Dream away, because dreams remind us of hope. Hope that becomes courage. Courage that manifests itself in little steps forward. Steps that over time create a new world. A new world that looks a lot different than the one you once knew. So dream away, because we have all been blessed with the ability to take nothings and make them somethings. We've all been given the power to take blank spaces and make them landscapes to see with our eyes. Worlds that aren't yet there. And what a shame it would be to repress that gift, to label it fiction, to keep it next to our books and our movies. How much a tragedy to allow it to be merely a temporary escape, instead of the permanent beginning it was meant to be. So, dream away. Let it lead you. Because dreams, they'll either become the stories we tell, or the regrets we hide away. A personal evolution, or untapped potential. The reason we jump out of bed in the morning, or the reason we keep our eyes closed, clinging to the last few seconds of joy before we confine ourselves to the self-made prisons we built. The invisible walls that separate what we see from the possibility a short trip away. But look around you, one might say. This is reality, and this looks a lot different than the dreams that bounce around in my head. If dreaming was some magic formula, I'd be there already. Dreams are not magic. I think their composition is so simple, so practical, so obtainable, that magic isn't needed here. In fact, thinking dreams require some larger-than-life magic might just be the problem. Dreams require a willingness to start in a single step forward. The rest we figure out along the way. Every little decision to carry on through the haze of that great unknown. That's where we discover life's possibility. And if that's magic, then my friend, we are all magicians. He might inquire further, but is any of it guaranteed? That's a highly complex question as we make our way through this highly complex world. But I will do this. I'll guarantee one thing, and one thing only. If you do not dream of better tomorrows, today will be eternal. Things will stay exactly as they are now. See, your dream is the North Star that guides the path, the target calling the arrows. It's the lighthouse that brings the ship home from sea. Without a foundation to build upon, you'll have nothing to stand on. So, instead of talking about guarantees, let's talk about lost opportunity cost. Let's talk about what happens if you don't go, if you don't explore, if you don't build. What will you miss? See, most people, they only understand what has already been created. Let's not be most people. Why stay in the line when there's nothing else to discover? Why black and white when color changes the dynamic entirely? The greatest enemy of possibility of potential is one's need for certainty. It's the person who talks about something more, but knows something more will remain an afterthought. Because, as beautiful as it sounds, it's not guaranteed. And because they cannot guarantee something better, they will guarantee the status quo. But I'm asking you to see the flaws in that line of thinking. I'm asking you to understand that our very biology cries out for safety. That we have to fight our urge to settle, our desire to take the monster we know over the one we don't. Because it's the monsters we don't know that put meaning into life. It's the journey that elevates the destination. And while it might feel like you want in the short term, that long term, it sings a different tune. To get where you need to go, you have to move into the headwind that is the comfort of now. Find within yourself the courage to simply crack the door, to just let a little bit of light in, and see how it forces its way into every corner of your soul. Once you feel that satisfaction of progress, you'll be consumed, pulled in, as though the only thing larger than fear of failure is the rush of becoming who you were meant to be. I once heard something that changed the way I looked at the world. Something simple. The idea that we don't climb the mountain for the view. We climb mountains because of who we become on the journey up. The view is merely representative of that journey. The dream isn't in and of itself the goal. It's an invitation to immerse yourself in all that is beautiful, meaningful, worthwhile, eye-opening, and powerful. It is what cracks that door and lets the light in. So dream away, because that dream is no threat to your safety. It's what will ultimately save you. So dream away, so that you capture that sunrise you were given. Dream away, so that you are pulled into that which makes life worth living. Dream away, so that you never lose that child inside. So that you don't leave the adventure on the table and keep your ideal existence on the shelf. Dream away, so that you see the abundance that surrounds us, the hope within us, and the future that calls us for yourself, the people in your life, and the ones who eventually will be a dream away.